Let's welcome Roe Conn back to the Big 89. He now works for the Cook County Sheriff's Office. He's the director there. Roe, welcome back to the Big 89, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Do you miss the daily radio grind and or / exhilaration?
I get that question a lot. I miss like the audience interaction and all that. Like that. Yeah, obviously, we love all that stuff. But in terms of exhilaration, like the red light syndrome that people in broadcasting and performing arts and stuff like that have when the light goes on, you got to perform. That is like 20 hours a day on this job, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I'm not sure, but it's like we're in the middle of everything. So it's like whether we're I'm with my team on the street or we're putting together a presentation on whatever it's carjacking or retail theft or any of the stuff that we do, it's the adrenaline never ceases. And I live on Red Bull now. Red Bull and amphetamines. I hope that's okay.
I think that's just fine. Have you lost a little weight?
I have.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. How did you and Tom Dart, how did you wind up there? I've often wondered that was an odd transition to read that Roe Conn, Hall of Famer, radio talk show host, winds up at the Cook County Sheriff's Department. Can you give us a quick backstory on that?
Well, he conned me into it. Pardon the pun. We had this conversation. I've known him forever. We used to play softball in this, this league of media and government and stuff like that years and years and years ago. And he was like, when I left the other place, he was like, why don't you come over and do a project? It'd be fun. You like learn new stuff and it'll be really cool. I'm like, yeah, great. I would love to do that. So he gave me a couple different options of things I could do because he does bring a lot of civilians in to do projects like that, to come from other industries, have experience in whatever it happens to be. And I don't know, somehow I landed on carjacking, and I loved it. I had to put together this analytics dashboard that looked at all the carjacking incidents going back to 2020, till through today now, essentially. And part of the job was to go out on the street with the task force teams that were doing the carjack interdiction and suppression and all of that. And like my first couple hours of doing that, I was like, I am hooked. I have got to do this. So they said, well, if you really want to do it, you got to go to the academy. You got to go get sworn. You got to, go do push-ups, and run and things that I have not done. John, as you know, as a talk show host, they're not. The bosses don't come in and scream, grab some floor.
Yeah, running's not a big part of it. No.
Yeah, no, not a big thing. So, but I don't know. After years and years and years and years of doing, what we did, it was such a change. It was so much fun and so exhilarating. I met this incredible group of people, who both here.
Yeah, you're making a difference. I leave sometimes here, and you did this long time. And I think, well, it's off to Venus now. It's all vapor. I wonder if I actually move the needle on anything at all today whatsoever. At least I just saw your boss. I saw Tom Dart a couple weeks ago, and I asked about you, and he said, well, give him a call. Let me go to the real reason I wanted to have you on. I thought this was great, and I read it verbatim out of Axios Chicago the other day. Look, statistically, not a lot of us are going to get carjacked. But in case we are ever carjacked, we can do a few things today to make sure I guess maybe there's a little silver lining to a very dark cloud. And I thought a lot of these were great tips. Can you give us 3 or 4 of them?
Well, let me start with something that the sheriff innovated a couple of years ago. We did this program where you can register your car with us. And so that if your car does get stolen and used in a felony, or if you're hijacked, we can track your car. We don't track the cars under any other circumstance other than if it's being used in a felony after you've lost possession of it. So that's really the most important thing. So what we do is we have this program where it's all online. You just go to the sheriff's website. It's cookcountysheriff.org, and you can sign up all digitally, and we'll send you these stickers that you put on the front and the back of your car that have our shield on it and says tracked vehicle. And we actually put posters of these stickers in the jail.
Nice.
At the intake.
Mm-hmm.
So that when a guy is having his mugshot taken, in back of the camera is this, honest to God, is this poster that says, "This means we can find you."
Yeah.
That's what it says on the poster with the picture of the sticker.
Why should I memorize my license plate number?
Oh, this is a really important thing. You know what happens is a lot of times we'll come upon a victim and they're in shock. They don't really remember their license plate number. It's just like a jumble to them. If you just commit that to memory, it's really, really, really important, because that's the only way that we can start the tracking process. If we track the car through the manufacturer, that's how we do it. We don't do it. There's nothing on board the car that's not manufacturer installed that we use.
And the license plate number will give you guys the VIN number.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And of course, they've already taken the keys, the phone, the wallet, and your PIN, right?
Yes, they have. And they will ask you for your PIN. And what we always tell people, too, is that this is, they have the drop on you. I say this to people all the time who, work in our world, and carry guns for a living. And I'm like, you're not, if someone comes up to you, with a gun and they put it to your window, you don't have a chance. You have to give it up. Even if you have a gun in the car or whatever, just give it up. It's a property crime. Save yourself, save your family, and then let them take it, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, but get the car registered. Do that. Put the sticker on that car. That's a deterrent. I really believe it is. Didn't Tom Dart tell me that the sticker you put on the inside of your back window is reversed, obviously, so the guy behind you who's thinking about boosting your car, carjacking you, reads it correctly? Something of that nature?
Well, as you're pulling up on it, you can read it from the back. You have the sticker on the back, and then there's a sticker on the front. Here's the part. There's the one that goes on the front, goes on your windshield, on the inside of your windshield, on the driver's side, down by the corner there, where sometimes the municipal stickers are down there. You put it down there, and it says on the back of it, this vehicle's being tracked. Yeah. So that then says to the guy who's driving your car, holy crap, wait, hold on.
Get rid of it, yeah. That's a smart program. I think everybody should sign up for it. And again, you don't have to live in Cook County to get involved in this program, obviously. If you're a commuter, get involved in the program.
Yeah, we encourage people to do it. And now it's interesting, a lot of other municipalities around the country are picking up on this. Denver's just doing it. State of New Jersey is doing some of this through their Secretary of State's office. And we're, he came up with it and initiated it, and here we are. It's a really, really cool program.
Couple more questions. This one's a little personal. Are you ever going to run for office?
I don't think so.
I mean, it seems like with your name recognition, all these years on TV and radio, then you go to work for the Cook County Sheriff's Department. To me, that's a blacktop to a future possibility.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when I came over here, thought that that's what I was doing, and that's not what I was doing. I was trying to avoid going to a bar every night. So this has been so I don't.
And the amphetamines, of course, you're in great shape now because the amphetamines and the coffee and the Red Bull.
Right. That's all I do is run. I actually do run now. That's the crazy thing.
Oh.
Radio. We're not known for shape.
You don't run with your shirt off, do you?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I don't do it. I don't do anything with my shirt off.
Good, smart man. Whose intercom is on? Turn it off, please. Oh, okay, Kim, go ahead.
Roe, I'm just wondering if the Carnarvon wagon still rolls on Friday.
Well, that's a funny thing, Kim, now that you mention it.
How are you, by the way?
I'm great, thank you. Kim, of course, is my longtime news person at the other place.
WGN.
Yes. No, it does not roll out at work. Let's put it that way. That is forbidden. And I thought, because I built that whole concept of having a drink cart, for on Friday afternoons, sort of like off the Mad Men principle, that's the way that, our parents did it and all that. They really frown on it.
They frown on that at 26 in California. I wonder why.
Yeah, they do frown on it there, and quite honestly, if they don't like the mixing of the guns and the alcohol, so we try to avoid that.
Gosh, that's exactly what my buddies love to do.
Yeah, I know. I got a lot of friends like that too, and I try to explain to them.
Finally, final question. This still may be a state secret. I'm sorry, Kim. Any other questions? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I have lots of questions for Roe, but off air.
All right. Well, hang on then after. My final question is, was Clyde a real listener or a bit?
Oh, he was a real guy. He was a real guy.
That was comedy gold, Jerry. Comedy gold.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that guy was amazing. No, he came out to appearances and stuff like that. But he was a really interesting cat. I mean, a little bit of a backstory. There might have been a little bit of embellishment in that, in what he was doing, but he has a fascinating backstory, that guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Are any of those segments on YouTube by chance? The Clyde segments with you and Gary, or you and Rich?
I don't know, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I never checked that. And I don't know. I was one of those guys, and I don't know if you're like this, John, but I know a lot of guys from our world. You're either one or the other. Either you go back and you listen to what you did, or you never do.
Yeah, I never listen to my stuff. I listen to other people's stuff.
Never.
Yeah.
Right. And the worst thing that could ever happen is a program director calls you into the office and goes, "Hey, let's listen to the show together." That's the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I can't review that stuff. It's too embarrassing. Thank God most of my career was before social media.
Yeah, I know. And I think about it now too, like the stuff that I get. My daughter will often say to me, "You couldn't do your job, that job today because of the word." Especially now. I mean, I will be honest with you. I have a lot of thoughts on a lot of things that go on because I see it now.
Yeah.
I understand it from a very different perspective. It's like one thing if you're working in the press and you see things, you're behind that line. When you're actually in it and you're with you're on the street and you're dealing with people who've been shot or shooting at you or whatever it is, before the press gets there, that is a very, very different world. And it is amazing that, and it's not what people think either. It's not, I mean, there's this idea that like the old school policing and all that really worked. That didn't work either. But there is a really nuanced line that most of these guys, and we work with Chicago police every day, and in my command, everything we do, and you cannot believe how professional and dedicated the officers are in the most incredibly difficult circumstances where people there's a lot of things being said and everybody's got a camera up in the air.
Well, the adversarial press and an adversarial public sometimes. Yeah, it is. It's a tough gig. Thank you, Ro. Nice catching up with you.
All right, thanks.
Take care. Roe Conn, Cook County Sheriff's Office Director. Yes, that Roe Conn.